Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'll be talking about Annihilation. So Annihilation is directed by Alex Garland, who also directed the sci-fi darling Ex Machina. Ex Machina is one of my favorite films. Ex Machina has a special place in my heart because it introduced me to A24, my favorite distributor studio out there right now. I absolutely love A24. I think they're doing the best work in film right now with such smaller budgets, and they're just they're able to make such amazing films. And this is kind of the first movie that threw me into their whole catalog of films, and it's special to me because of that. So this director is obviously not new to the sci-fi genre, and he isn't new to having this psychological twist to what a sci-fi movie is. This isn't your typical run-and-gun sci-fi alien flick that I think a lot of people thought it might be, and a lot of people kind of want these movies to be, but it did have an aspect of that to the film. So honestly, I think this movie isn't a total misrepresentation of what it was going to be. I think some people might say that, but I don't think it is at all, honestly. This film is aesthetically beautiful. I think that the cinematography in it is very incredible. The effects are top-notch for not being a humongous budget film. And on top of that, it has this weird mixture of like a peaceful beauty and then like a kind of like grotesque, more visceral beauty to it. And I think that's something that's really cool about the movie. It has these this duality of life. So it shows this macabre darkness of life with these different skeletons and creatures that are affected in a certain way. And then you also have the other part of the film that's kind of this beautiful fauna, this growth, this colorful, bright thing about it. So that mixture of the two was really interesting to me, and it was really captivating to watch this film. I don't really want to go too much into the plot of the movie because I think it is a movie that kind of needs to be experienced. I don't think I could do a great job explaining the plot to you, to be honest with you. The movie is kind of a meandering, lot of, not going to say twists and turns, but you kind of have to think about what's going on, and you have to just embrace kind of the craziness of the film. And there are moments of the film where I wasn't entirely on board with what was going on. I mean, they kind of just say things that I don't even understand. I mean, I'm sure there must have been some research that went into the film to make these, declarations that things that are happening are possible, that they could happen, or this is what it would be like if it did happen. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in the movie. Something that kind of surprised me about this film, because I honestly thought that this movie was going to be a kind of a mixture of like a more sci-fi, it comes at night / Ex Machina type of film. And it really wasn't. I think it had more of that pure sci-fi that people would like. It had some action, run and gunning. It had some creatures, as you saw in the trailer. There's a little more to what goes on in the film, but it still had that really interesting, ambiguous, big picture stuff especially when you get towards the third act of the film. I don't want to spoil anything. I absolutely love the third act. I think it's incredible. I think it makes people really think. It made me think. I'm still thinking about it. And that's one of the reasons I can't talk about the plot, is because I don't even know if I can explain what happens at the end of this film. I really liked it, and I think it can be taken a lot of ways. And I think that people should just go into this film and just enjoy that, enjoy being able to think about it, talk about it, and be like, oh, what did you think about it? Well, how did you understand the end of the film? Because I'm pretty sure it can be taken a bunch of different ways. The way I took it might be completely different than the way that you took it, and I think that's really cool. I think that's a cool thing about this movie and his movies in general, is there is an overarching theme of what's going on, but you can take a lot from the film itself. The one thing I'll say was kind of weak in the film are the performances. The performances are fine, but in this movie, the overarching event of the film kind of overshadows the characters. Natalie Portman's fine. She's good. They serve their purpose. All the main characters serve their purpose. Oscar Isaac serves his purpose. They're all, it's just a solid addition to the film itself. It kind of has, I'm not going to say on the same level of like a Dunkirk, where the characters aren't nearly as important as the story, but that's kind of what's going on in this movie. So if you're looking for a ton of character development, it's not really there, but you can connect with the characters a little bit, but just the crazy mind-blowingness, especially of the third act, you completely forget about really the characters, or even kind of care about what's going on with the characters. So overall, I think it's a really thought-provoking movie. I think it's very beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I kind of knew going into this film that I was going to enjoy this movie. Looking at the trailers, who made it, the kind of the story, the fact that it's this big picture sci-fi film, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I think it was a really good movie, and I'm probably going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it could have been a little bit shorter. It had some slow moments. It had quite a slow burn to it. The acting wasn't incredible. I would have liked to see more intricate connections with the characters. But yeah, I think it's a really good movie. I think it's definitely worth checking out. If you like these type of movies, then you'll really like it. But I have to preface it by saying if you don't like this thought-provoking, sci-fi, twisted reality type thing, you might really not like this movie. And it's definitely a movie that you're not just going to get to relax and watch and be like, oh, this is a fun movie. Wouldn't classify it as fun, but it's beautifully shot, well-directed, and extremely thought-provoking. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, guys, leave your comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe. And what did you understand about this film? I'm interested to kind of see how you took the ending of this movie, what you really thought about it. And I think that we might have a lot of different, ideas of what this movie is even about at the end of the day. So put those comments down below. And if you don't want to see any spoilers, don't read the comments, because I want people to have like a conversation, a dialogue. I'm interested in seeing what people think about this movie, because even I'm trying to wrap my mind around the meaning of the ending, specifically the very last scene of the film. So yeah, put your comments down below, like and subscribe, and see ya.